I thought I'd come on here. Yeah, and get some people to watch the rewind. I haven't been getting too many people watch my videos, but I just thought I'd come on here and well, hopefully Xanime takes the time to watch this and well, it can inform me where I'm wrong because I don't like talking the shit unless the shit's real. But in order for me not to think the shit that I think that is real, you have to show me facts. And who better than Exanime? She comes from Ukraine and she's an American hero. Think she'd help somebody out with their misinformation. Maybe she could show me she's not a fraud and a fake. When you're that nice, there's something fucking wrong with you. I'm sorry. She tries really hard to look nice. But I could be wrong. Hey, Jennifer, how's it going? I'm just going to talk about Ukraine because my girl Candace, she was talking about Ukraine and how from the beginning she's been saying, hey, people, this ain't right. Now, I was with her right from the get go. I'll tell you guys why, though. Well, first off, the way Candace talks on the show, you have to go watch it. I knew about that, how NATO had encroached into land that there was an agreement on that they wouldn't, and shit like that, right? I didn't know about the Kamala thing that she talks about, but I did know about. I did how no, NATO was approaching and what they shouldn't have. But the really big thing that got me, like so much, when you just think about that Ukraine thing, it's kind of a mind fuck when you try and put it together. But like I said, NATO approached and I never quite understood it because everybody's like, go Ukraine, right? And I mean, everybody wants the little guy to do well, but I mean, I thought to myself, I thought, like, Russia's a world power. Where's Ukraine on the scale of things? And we think that Ukraine has a chance. I personally didn't. Like, I've seen the videos to be part of the Russian military. I don't think those boys fuck around. I don't think they're a weak military. You know what I mean? But then you got to they're telling you how evil Putin is and how he wants to take it over and he doesn't care about the people. But I mean, if you had an army like that, you could just go in and wipe the place out, man. Would you say, Jennifer? Wouldn't you say, hey, I mean, they're a world power. Well, it's like seeing the USA going in to Ukraine. I, I never understood it. But it gets really interesting because not only did we approach other stuff, and Candace talks about how well, I guess Canada's part of the WEF, right? So how we kind of got Zelensky in there into office. Because if you remember right, there was a prosecutor at old Bye Bye there when he was vice president. He wanted fired. He wanted to have that person fired. And if they didn't, Ukraine wasn't getting the aid that was promised to them. Hey, Turkey, what's up, bud? Right? So you got to ask yourself. And that government's no longer even there, right? It's still the Zelensky government. Now, one of the things you'd have to look before the war, you can you well, you know how Bill Gates and the WEF and all that are so there for Ukraine, right? Oh, for sure it is, Turkey. She's huge, but I think she's dirty. Like really, like think about it. They got Zelensky in there. Now, I don't know if you've heard me talk about the Azov Battalion before. Well, they're Yahtzee players. Yeah, weird in Ukraine, eh? But they were a battalion of them, and somehow this guy that was a big influence on getting Zelensky into office, he's tied with this Azov Battalion. And well, you know, with the Yahtzee players, and you gotta wonder, right? Because like they were running Nassau, right? I mean, they they were bettering the United States, right? Only the best and brightest of them, right? But anyways, I always wondered about that Azov Battalion. But I watched an interview with Zelensky because Fox News actually asked him about it, and he just shrugged it off like, "Yeah, we just put them in with the regular military." And like that never made sense to me. Like, so what you're fighting against is hate and evil, and you just have that in your military and kind of spread. It never made sense to me. Zelensky seems like the whole thing I don't trust. And you guys can go look this up for yourselves. Bill Gates does an interview before the war and stuff like that about Ukraine being the dirtiest country in the world, like human trafficking, everything, all the bad shit going on there. It's funny how they want to. Zelensky must have cleaned it up. It was no longer corrupt anymore. That's why you gotta ask yourself. You hear about all this human trafficking stuff, eh? It's all sorts of nasty. And see, I tagged Zanime in this because I think she stinks like shit. Like, I could be wrong, and I'd love for her to make a little video just saying, "Hey, you got the wrong idea. My country's the victim. NATO did not break the rules." But you know what I mean? People these days don't have conversations though, Turkey. You know what I mean? Makes them feel uncomfortable. Could she refute what Bill Gates said about her country being one of the dirtiest countries? Money laundering, human trafficking, all sorts of dirty, nasty shit, eh? I wonder if people knew all this stuff, if they would be happy about their tax dollars going there. And knowing that Miss Zelensky's out there buying diamonds and they're buying all sorts of fucking shit. And and they still got everybody not asking questions because I'm not saying like I'm just asking. Nobody's questioning. Like they're still like, hey, Ukraine, give them all our money, save them, all of our money, all of our money. Meanwhile, this is how stupid we are as society. Like, it's just not America. Canada could do this too. There's software so that when money went out and got allocated, it it would go into a file on where that money and how it was spent, and that way, you know, maybe the taxpayers would feel a little bit more comfortable. But anyways, what else about Ukraine? I don't know, like, I think Sean Penn, he's a federal agent. Can you imagine that? Spicoli turned Fed. Because it's just my opinions. I just read body language and I think he's a shitty actor. I see right through him, you know what I mean? It's like Kevin Spacey. It's like they're two and the same people. But I may be wrong. You know what I mean? I'll point out reasons why. I think like we still buy Zelensky still in those fucking like he's out on the front lines of the battlefield. Hey bud, and at least if you're gonna come begging for money, fucking dress the part, you fucking dipshit. We know you're not out on the front lines, you fucking like shit play. Did you watch Candace Durkee? Jennifer, do you guys watch Candace? 824 billion. Oh, thank goodness I'm not an American and I have to hear this. $824 billion. The Pentagon. Gone. Don't have to explain it. Thanks for working hard, America. Like Candace says, hey, if you guys have an issue with your taxes, how's that go for you guys? And the Pentagon, $824 billion. I mean, Turkey, you'd have to admit, $824 billion is nothing next to the 2.2 or what's it, 2.3 trillion to trillion that went missing before 9/11. You think I'm lying? I'm not. Donald Rumsfeld, 2 point something trillion dollars. Where's that information? Just saying. I don't know. You get how this world is stupid, right? Like, it's fucking dumb. My fucking brain is breaking. And you know how much more of this stupidity I have to fucking take in. It's like, I got Saint Nate here. I gotta do a video for Saint Nate. But you try and have conversation with one of these Bible loving Christians, and it's impossible. And I'm not saying the Bible's not completely 100% real. I don't know. I just try and say, hey, I ask him, I say, hey, Nate, what do you think of King James? Do a little investigation and fucking let me know what you think. And hey, let's think about like um what was I gonna say? I wish I could go back and rewind and then get back in my spot. I had something brilliant to say. Oh, well, whatever it was. It'll come back if it's worth it. That's not like, could you imagine thinking you're, "Oh, yeah, Bible-loving Christians." Like, all I asked them to do was, like, "Let me know what you think about King James." And then I was like, "Hey, why'd they remove books from the Bible?" It tells you they removed books. Wow. He has no interest in seeing who King James was because, well, his name's on his Bible, and that's enough for him. Well, Kenneth Copeland's name on my Bible, and I don't associate him with Jesus or God neither, you know what I mean? But anyways, so for the books going like the books going missing and censored and gone, he says that, well, those men were ordained by God. They were godly men and they picked and decided if there are evil men today. We claim, I don't claim, most people claim the Pope is a godly man. I claim that I don't think so. And was it the same kind of men as the Pope? Ones with titles that men gave them? I mean, you wanna trust a man ordained by God, I'm telling you right now, these guys that are inside the booking place, they all had stories to prove it. You know what I mean? They had to suffer. They had to go through some shit. But he just wants to tell me that, well, God's picked these special people. But I do think that the Bible is the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I just why would we be stupid enough to be told that there's an antichrist coming and let it happen? Because really, when you think about it, it's like that new thing I learned about the Zoltar. And it's kind of like the Navajo thinking. The holy people, you have the chance to walk the way they want you to walk, but you have to walk it a certain way. Or you can let the stinky stuff in. And so you can either have the Christ or the Antichrist. We are both. You know what I mean? Either you're with Christ or you're not. This is the only problem I feel is that too many people are closed minded and they think that they have Jesus because he died for their sins. He did. Died to show you the way. That's what I believe. If you follow the truth, sooner or later you're gonna have to pick up your cross in this gross, ugly world that we've created. And it's not gonna be a good time. In fact, you'll look crazy doing it. Hey, Durkee, took this down of it. Like everybody wants to make fun of me, Durkee, but how would you feel if you thought you were the fucking Messiah or the Red Kachina? Think it'd be a good time? Especially when you say, hey, I'm looking for someone to show me where I'm wrong. You know what I mean? You think someone with the name Saint Nate would, check out the information I give them and then show me where I'm wrong. but he doesn't wanna take that time, you know what I mean? It's a waste of his time because I'm sitting in ignorance. Like, listen, the Bible tells you, man, Jesus is the way. It's the truth. And Satan, they just tell me that this is the truth. No, when you get inside Christ, you know the truth of yourself. You can see the truth outside. You question things. We're taught not to question God. We're taught to fucking worship Jesus. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. He's the King of Kings. But he said he had a father, and he was love. See, I don't know why. Like, do you guys realize why Jesus was King of Kings? Like, I don't know if I got the answer, but I think this is why I think Jesus was King of Kings. 'Cause he never wanted to rule anybody. He wanted everybody to be able to rule their own kingdoms. And maybe that's why you have to walk a certain path in order to get to his father's kingdom. You know what I mean? Jesus, all he ever wanted to do was help make people stronger, make them believe in themselves. Look, it's throughout the Bible. Hey, the girl who grabbed his garment. No, you did that. You walked in faith. You took the action. You know what I mean? Why? Why do you think he couldn't do any miracles when he went home? He's like, you guys don't believe in me. You guys know me from when I was a child. There's no way. Like you guys don't believe in me. You just I need your help. I need you to believe in me. That way you can see the miracle. That's what I think, but you know what I mean? I think those who believed in him could accomplish anything. But I'm blasphemous for saying that I'm a son of God and that I am a God. It's blasphemous, even though Jesus said, have I not said, ye are all gods? We are of God. Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, how does that go? I don't know. Like, Jesus is of his Father, right? So therefore, I am of I am. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hey, hillbilly, does that make sense? I did that video yesterday, Harley. I had to wait till today to put it on YouTube. I don't know if I don't think she got any likes on TikTok. I think I'm being suppressed or people just think I'm an idiot. I don't know which one it is, Harley, but you know what I mean? One of these that's my fear. One of these days I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna go viral. I'm gonna have to answer for all this stupid shit, I look forward to it, to be honest. I wanna get this fucking trauma off me. Just say, "Hey, motherfuckers, this belongs to you guys." That way I can show the rest of the world. You know what I mean? Don't hold on to shit that doesn't belong to you. Give it to the people it belongs to. Let them figure out why they had it to give away in the first place. But you did. You did, Harley. Thank you very much. You're a woman of your word. I just I don't understand why you choose to be with the self-proclaimed psychopath. I think he's told me he loves Satan and too. Might not have. I know what leg day has. I know leg day has. Like Harley, where's the harm in finding Jesus, right? And you get to find him on your own. Just ask God, what's the truth? Tell him you're tired. You want to know what's real. Like, huh, these fucktards poison the world, man. And and people like I know. That's right. We do. We need to push this, Harley. We need to push this. We need to push this to the point where Trump does get Trump needs to, well, he needs to ask the world to be a superhero and help him ask Dick Durbin. I say, Harley, you go make your own video asking Donald Trump to ask Dick Durbin. Come on, you gotta tag me in that one. Come on, Harley. You and Hillbilly, you guys can be the dynamic duo. Don't remind God I'm here. It's an episode. You're right, Hillbilly. We need, like, sometimes I gotta think maybe it's not as bad in the States as it is in Canada. Like you guys are, but I think you guys are. Like, I don't know. It's like when your leader of your country can openly promote for children to make their own decisions. It's not good. And men playing in women's sports. When I watched that guy play, I'm like, dude, those girls not have any boyfriends that are willing to stand up and say, hey, this ain't right. My girlfriend ain't playing with this dude. Like, but instead, you got the women all protecting the dude. I don't know. Like, this is the weird world we live in. Like, we don't promote real heroes. Jennifer, we've got this woman weightlifter, and she's really good and stuff. And the way she got into weightlifting was she was an alcoholic, and she found God and got the power to get herself better because she fell in love with weightlifting, right? She fell in love with competing, and they kicked her out for saying she didn't think that they should have to compete against men. Like, this should be a hero. Instead, they want to make her a zero. I don't get it. Women should be rallying around that woman. And it's really sad, you know? But then again, I watched a video today about there's this guy he's trying to get justice for his son. He was like a teenager, I can't remember his age, hockey player, and he got his first one of those, and 33 days later, he's not here anymore. And his dad's still trying to fight for justice. Men should be rallying behind that guy. Any man with a kid, But instead, it's risque. You can't put yourself out there to help a fellow man to get his answers about his child, right? Just in case you got to find out you might have made a mistake as well. You know what I mean? People don't realize life's about making mistakes. It's about realizing your mistakes, making yourself a better person. But for some reason these days, we don't want to listen to other people's opinions or thoughts, and even if they try and bring facts, because it'll fracture our little worlds and it'll all fall apart for us. And maybe if it did fall apart, you could build it up way better than what it is. Just let go of all this shit. We're all brainwashed to think that we don't have power. Where's the power in this? Some power in this. Powers in Jesus Christ. Look at the way Jesus did with the heart and the mind, like the Bible says. The heart and the mind of Jesus. Hey, do you think Jesus was running around looking for homosexuals to harass, telling them they were going to hell? Or do you think he would sit there and try and inspire them to come to God? Believe in that him. Therefore, they would know thyself. Knowing thyself doesn't happen overnight. You got to do some inner work to figure out who you are inside. And then on the outside, you're not afraid to show who you are on the inside because you don't give a fuck. You don't care what anybody else thinks. Common sense, got the common sense is the real hero. No, that's the thing. He is a hero. He shouldn't have to be. He's just a regular dude that just wants to do the right thing. Wants to help people when he can. You know what I mean? Well, what we got you here about Hillbilly? You're an Upchurch fan, right? What do you think? He's told people he's chosen, right? You've seen those videos I've shown, right? There's one where he says person's very intelligent, and then there's another one where he says they're very, very smart when they say he's chosen. Now, has he put out posts? I can go find him on Instagram. Well, no, I'm asking you about. Like, Creek Squad came after me for thinking he was chosen. He was fucking telling me he was chosen because I still believe the things that I did in the beginning that he got fucked over. Like all that shit, I believe. I still believe it, and I think that's why he's turning into a bitter little twatwad because he doesn't know who to trust. Kurt is his friend for crying out loud. If there was ever a backstabber, it's Kurt. Like, come on. Who makes friends with Johnny Dagburn after they've trashed your friend for so long? And then how does that make Kurt look now? You know what I mean? Oh, I seen Dagburn burnt his Upchurch hat. Well, what are you doing, Harley, if you're chosen? What are you chosen to do? I know you I know you know. I just want people to know who Creek Squad is, who Ryan Upchurch is. Like, I didn't wanna believe that he was fucking with me in my comments. I really didn't. I wanted to I did, I kept believing that. Why would you fuck with somebody like that? Did he have just because I was bashing Uncle Will? Because he was lying about me? It's weird. Because in the end, when Upchurch has to do a rewind on who I am and on how I went through his story bit by bit, and I tried to put it together to prove that he wasn't chosen, so he didn't have to continue being a fucking jackass and fight fucking Creek Squad at the same time. Oh, I don't know. I'm in a bad fucking movie. This is just a horrible movie. I'm telling you, this is all sorts of twisted. Nobody knows what the truth is. She is chosen. Well, what's she chosen for, Billy? Like you can say you're one of God's chosen, but what are you doing? It's easy to say. Tons are doing it. They're just not. It's more about it's a channel thing and not channeling God. It's more of a oh, here's the thing, Hillbilly. All right, all right. Freak Squad, I just thought he was chosen. I was trying to ask the question. I was trying to get his friends, if they would've I didn't wanna even talk to him. "Hey, if you're not, you're not," you know what I mean? I said, "I don't need to talk to him, just" like, I tried going through his fucking family, everybody, and I just ended up getting smashed by them all. You know what I mean? So because I thought he was. I got confused because he tells people that. Not only that, he says someone's people have asked him if he's a light worker before, and he had this little puppet. Well, I'm here to fight the evil or something. You know what I mean? I just don't want someone else to fall for it. And they think that he's chosen, and then he goes and fucking goes into their comments and fucking puts them off the deep end because they thought Ryan was chosen. He was special. And that someone was special was putting them down for thinking he was special. You know what I mean? Sometimes when people are in low spots and they're looking for fucking heroes, Ryan likes to play the part of a hero, but he's a fucking zero. He's not a good dude. He may have gotten fucked with a lot because that's what money brings. He just doesn't want to learn from all his lessons, I guess. What kind of man says, if you don't vote for who I do, don't be my fan? Instead of saying, "Hey, if you vote for that person, please let me know why." 'Cause this is why I don't. That's why I always say, "Hey, Kamala Harris might be the same side." You know what I mean? Like, her vice president pick and her both wanted children to decide what they do. It's their administration that's got men and women's sports. Like, this abortion thing, they're driving it through your head, that I don't. He says stupid things now. You see him say like, I don't know. And I know he's seen other videos of mine too. I think I might be wrong, but I think he was talking about me when he was telling Canadians to stay out of his politics. But yeah, he tells everybody I'm not into politics. But hey, I'm sorry. I think your fucking Federal Bureau of Investigations and your Central Intelligence Agency sucks cock. It's not good for the world. It's not good for the world at all. I don't have this warm feeling about Anthony Blinken. When he's meeting Zelensky at the WEF meetings. Who's that other one? There's Blinken and then there's the other dork. No offense, but I don't deal in heroes. That's right, I'm like, if you're gonna be the hero of your story, it's gotta be you. That's what I'm saying. Too many people are looking to men, hillbilly. They need to be part of a little group. Where did we get to the point where you didn't like me? Because you're a part of a little group that didn't like me. And here's the deal. If I was an idiot, they would have fucking squared me a long time ago. But instead, everybody fucking blocks me, fucking runs from me like a scared little chicken. Rusty, Uncle Will, Kurt, Southwind, even. You know, Southwind, he blocked me yesterday. I just told him Ryan isn't chosen. And he's like, Ryan doesn't say he's chosen. I was like, yes, he does. He lies. He says he does. Southwind didn't even want to talk about it, just assumed I was the idiot. No, nobody. Upchurch is the idiot. He's the one telling you he's chosen. You just didn't pick up on it like I did. I wanted there to be others like me. You know what I mean? Others that were out there willing to look the fool to fucking change the world. But unfortunately for Upchurch, I think he's just looking the fool. So he has to look foolish so he can unbecome himself the fool. You know what I mean? All we have to do is recognize our own stupidity and want to live in the truth. Be reborn. You know what I mean? I think it's the way to have it, but I don't know. I wish the aliens would just fucking shine their lights down here and say, wait, you must forget if there's aliens, eh? Harley, what do you think? You think there's aliens? Was that my son? Oh, probably. There's 3 of them running around here. There's definitely aliens. I think so too. Do you think there's a galactic federation of aliens, Harley? Like, I don't know. I don't buy that. What do you think about Luis Alessandro? I don't know if he's on the level. I don't know. Galactic Federation. You've heard me talk about the Galactic Federation, haven't you, Hillbilly? It's a message I have for Trump, bud. This this is just to get me to Trump. I have a real question to ask. Sounds fucking bullshit. Yeah, it's for real. I'm supposed to tell the world. That will solidify my place as the Messiah. Huh, you think I'm kidding about it? How would you like to fucking run around in my head? And I ain't never met no aliens neither, bro. That's the and I mean, well, hey, Hillary says he wants to smoke alien weed. Well, my friend, it's still a rumor. It's only a rumor, okay? The Dogon tribe, they've told people that marijuana comes from Sirius. You know Sirius, the dog star. They say that was might have been the star of Jesus. I'm just thinking, like this is real. Heavily, can you imagine? Thinking you're a 50-year-old man, you're a son of God. You got to get a hold of Donald Trump. And then he better not lie. Because if I ask, could you imagine if that was floating through your head, Hillbilly? For real. Could you imagine? You thought the weight of the world was on your shoulders every fucking day, Hillbilly. Could you handle that load, bud? Hey? Did you know the Jews had two messiahs? Did you know that? For real, bud. What if the Messiah is the Red Katrina? What if the Red Katrina is what is it? Is it a white dragon or a red I can't remember. My fucking brain is so full of information right now that I'm stupid and don't know nothing. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself, Hillbilly. You're like, "Why would God pick you? You're just fucking stupid and average, and look at you, Carl. Look at you." I think that's the point of me, Hillbilly. It says someone just like me, just nobody, can find God, and ain't nobody took me there but myself. Through Jesus Christ. All I had to do was ask for the truth and suffer a lot. It's a lot of learning lessons. Like, if you're gonna ask God for the truth, He's gonna show it to you, and you just might not like it, but you'll get better from it. You learn from it, it'll make you stronger. You know what? You actually look forward to fucking up and being wrong, because the more you're wrong, the closer you might be to being right. But don't ever get to the point where you think you're right without willing to take on new information to make sure you're right. You know what I mean? You hide in the basement because gonna save me if the aliens try to abduct me. Well, I think the aliens are the good guys, Harley, if I was being honest. Like, I think if they want the Earth, maybe that's why they're hiding. Maybe they are the bad guys. They're just smart enough to know that they don't have to destroy us. We'll do it on our own. Easy work on their part. Who knows? Maybe if there's a good federation, maybe they're the force. And maybe there's a dark side. Maybe there's dark side aliens too. Who knows, I don't know. That's the weird part, Well, Harley, I never want to tell anybody what to do. You know what I mean? You gotta make that you gotta figure that out on your own. You know what I mean? I try going because I don't think it gets any worse than this for me. Like when your eyes are open and you're like, can you have a conversation? Oh boy. What's that? Someone can get me locked up just because they say something. Oh, oh, we can get to the point where you want to take my life from me. What's that? I want an investigation. And you want to block me from talking to anybody? And I'm the problem. Okay. All right. Hey, Ministry of Labor. I think someone, I think Jamie Klein died, and it wasn't necessary. I'm not saying that what they did caused the death, but maybe if they fix it, maybe you could limit the problems. You know what I mean? Nothing, 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 nothing. Hey, this is a great world. My mortgage has only went up by like look, grand in the best. I got a reload here. Where? This is everywhere. Everywhere. Take what you need, everybody. Use me, abuse me, but you're all being recorded. Be careful how you treat me. I'm a chosen one. And what you do to me, you really only do it to yourself. It's that Jesus thing. I'll turn the other cheek. Come give me the other one. Take it just as hard on the other side. You know, hurting yourself. But anyways, I should probably go out, smoke, get ready for bed. It's been almost an hour. Well, Jennifer, it was a slice having you here. Harley, I'd like to personally thank you for sharing the video and being a woman of your word. And well, let's hope Hillbilly sticks to his word and he gives a share. And if Durkee's still here, then I'd like to thank Durkee for the share. And well, who knows? Maybe we'll get to Donald Trump and maybe I look like a moron someday. You know what I mean? It's hard putting that video out and then coming backing it up with this shit. I saying there's a Galactic Federation of aliens. But hey, I'm not making this shit up. There's a reason I think it, right? You guys know that. There's reasons. Government told me so. Universe told me so. And my father told me so.